Asian beef wraps. Let's get started with that. Some Asian beef wraps, and so I have here some lean ground beef, to which I'm going to add just a few ingredients.
So yeah, this is just easy. You're getting all the ingredients that you would then saute at home. So the green onions and the garlic.
And I don't have to even mix this up, right? I just have to dump it in and I'm good to go.
Just rolling it and getting the air out so that when we go and bag it into a bigger bag, and then it's going to stay with no freezer burn.
And then we're going to be making just our cabbage mix.
Cabbage mix, yeah, yep. Exactly. So there's water chestnuts and then the cabbage mix. The cabbage mix has your white cabbage, your traditional white cabbage, and then some carrots and some red cabbage in it. And that is going to be sauteed at home. So that goes in with the beef and it'll be sauteed and delicious.
I feel like I want to eat this meal right now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is. This one's a great one because you wrap it at home. So if you do some smaller appetites, you could make them a half wrap kind of thing. So it's kind of nice that way too. And what Anne's making is the 6-serving meal. So we can have customers come in and make a 3-serving meal as well. So they would just follow a different side of the recipe card, and it would actually split everything for them. So when they were done assembling their meal, instead of having one large meal, they're going to have 2 little ones packed. So it's great for singles or people with small children that the children are eating full health.
Got my cabbage mix ready to go. We're already on the last part of this, but that was super simple. Okay, so we're gonna make the sauce component now. Just grab one of these.
Spatulas right there.
Everything you need is just right there, ready to go.
Hoisin sauce is going in. And then we'll be doing some sesame oil and your low sodium soy sauce, which is also gluten-free.
Oh, awesome.
So it is nice, instead of seeing just one container with this sauce, you're seeing all 3 ingredients.
Absolutely. And that way you know exactly what's in it too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Similar to the way, it would be made at home. So that's awesome.
Exactly. And you don't have to have the bottle of sesame oil because you might not have it, or it might not be fresh.
Exactly. And it might not be, these are ingredients that if you cook these types of meals, often you would have at home, but otherwise you have to go out and get these for yourself. So
trying it for the first time to see if everyone would like it, it's the best way to try it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Should we go ahead and seal this
so
up?
those are the sauce. That's the sauce part. And then you have your other 3 ingredients right here. So you're all set. And you're going to be taking, as we did on the last one, a label. And you're going to be putting it all in one bag. So then this is the instructions at home of what you're going to do. So you've got it all there, ready to go. And then your wraps for it are actually just down in the fridge. And you have that right there with them.
Amazing. So let's grab these wraps. And something else that I love is that these are whole wheat.
Yeah, exactly. We've got whole wheat wraps. We use whole wheat hamburger buns. And yeah, it's a great option. And I don't think we'll even notice that they're brown wraps.
I won't tell them, they won't notice. Perfect. So we've got another meal done here. That was really easy and quick. Thanks, Allison. And then with my Asian beef wraps, I've chosen some Asian veggies as a side because you know me, I love my veggies, and so there's Allison just grabbing my veggies from the freezer. What do we have in that blend?
So this has got baby corn, mushrooms, red peppers, green peppers, green beans, broccoli, and then we make a homemade Asian sauce. That has sesame seed oil, ginger, soy, and it's just sauteed in a pan, and it's ready to go.
Awesome. Can't wait. Thank you. Here we go. It's Saturday morning, and guess what? I don't feel like thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. My meal plan ended yesterday, so I went in the freezer, and I selected my Asian beef wraps from SupperWorks, so we're going to try these tonight, see how it goes. I'm getting ready to whip up some Asian beef wraps here, another meal by SupperWorks. So the first step, I've just got my cast iron pan nice and warm, and I'm just going to add to it about a tablespoon of avocado oil. You make sure to spread the oil really well on the bottom of the pan because that's what's going to prevent it from sticking, especially when you're using a cast iron. The oil in the bottom is very important. Just gonna go ahead and dump in the ground beef, and then with it, whoop, there was some green onions and garlic as well. So I just took this out of the freezer this morning. It thawed fairly quickly. I like to use avocado oil when I'm cooking anything over medium heat, just because it has a higher smoke point than olive oil has. So that just means that it can withstand a higher heat. Not to say that olive oil is not a good oil to use in cooking, but I like to reserve it for things that are cold. So for instance, salad dressings that I would make from scratch. Or also if I'm cooking anything on a lower heat, then olive oil is a great choice. Otherwise, if I'm cooking something on medium heat or higher, as I am here in this case, I'll go for the avocado oil. And now that our ground beef is mostly cooked, I've drained off the excess fat. The next step will be just to add in the bag of coleslaw and veggies that we prepped when we were over at SupperWorks the other day. Great, and so now that our veggies are all cooked up, I'm gonna try to give you a sneak peek at what this looks like. So veggies are all cooked, the ground meat is cooked, and so the last thing to do already is just to add the sauce. And if you recall, this is just that mixture of hoisin, sesame oil, and soy sauce that we mixed together over at SupperWorks the other day. Make sure to get all of that in there. And because there's quite a bit of sodium already in the hoisin sauce, I'm not going to add any salt to this. I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. Excellent. Oh, this smells really good. So this was really easy, and this came together in under 10 minutes. Really the time it took for me to get this ground beef cooked up. The only thing I'm going to do before serving is I picked up a side of Asian stir-fry vegetables that I'm going to be serving alongside these Asian beef wraps. And so at the very last second, I'll get those all steamed up and ready to go, and I'll make sure to show you how I'm going to do that as well. So that's next step. The last thing we need to do to get this dinner ready is just to cook up these veggies. So I picked up some Asian stir-fry vegetables as a side dish at SupperWorks. The label says to, heat them and cook them through in a non-stick frying pan. I'm in a rush. They're still a little bit frozen, so I'm going to go ahead and throw them into my multi-purpose silicone steamer from Epicure that I love. And this is one of my favorite kitchen tools. So no need to add water. I'm just gonna dump them straight in here. They are still frozen, and I'm gonna pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes. So while my veggies are steaming in the microwave, I'm gonna assemble my wraps. And so we have a really busy evening tonight. Baseball season is starting for my oldest, and so I had like 15 minutes free this afternoon, and so I actually that's when I cooked up my filling for my Asian beef wraps. And so I just warmed up the filling in the microwave for a few minutes. And I'm gonna start assembling right now. And so just, I've warmed up these wraps just a few seconds in the microwave. So I'm going to add some filling. Just a couple spoonfuls of filling here. And then what I've done too is I've just chopped up a little bit of lettuce. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm going to sneak in some veggies anywhere I can. Veggies and colors. So we've got some lettuce there. We've got some grated carrots, and I'm just gonna add that here too. And you can hear my kids calling for me in the background. Everybody's getting hungry, so it's a good thing this dinner is gonna come together quickly. There we go. We've got this all wrapped up. That looks delicious. There's just a minute left to go on my veggies. I'll be right back to show you how to pull all this meal together. All right, it's time to plate. So My veggies are nice and warm. You can see that steam and that sauce is nice and thickened in there. So I've got my wrap on my plate and I'm just gonna go ahead and serve some veggies alongside. Beautiful. And with all those extra veggies that I added inside the wrap as well. Perfect. Here we go. There's another easy dinner all done.